Right? Okay. So let's jump into this. As I said, this looks very, very cool. I don't know much about it though, because it only came out today. It was only announced today. I'm guessing we are a pilot a plane, and we're probably going to start like this, and the plane crash is probably going to be at the start of the game, much like the forest. You start with a crash. The game is based just off of the coast of Iceland, I believe. So it's that sort of scenery. So it's going to be a lot of mountainous, like snowy scenery. Are we ready? Let's do it. Oh yeah, we're jumping right in.
Jesus.
Well, that's just a little turbulent. Why are you so nervous, love?
I don't know. I didn't
February
sleep well
2010.
last night.
Irish people.
Oh, it's been a while since you...
Hang on, do we have subs? Do you have subs? Yes. Irish people.
It's nothing. I'll be fine. Just make sure that cargo's secure.
Everything
Somewhat
looks
off the
fine
coast
back
of
here.
Iceland.
Things are shifting a little, but...
Damn it!
Alright, that was quite a belt. Let's get our minds on something else. You ever still think about Ireland?
It's 30 years since I've been there, Leonor. I don't remember anything.
Guitar.
Don't be daft. Tell me a story about when you were a little boy.
Alright. Did I ever tell you about the time I stole a box of sweets?
No, you haven't.
I was maybe 7 or 8. I was at the corner store with me dad. He gave me enough money for 1 box. But I thought, wouldn't it be grand to get the box for him instead?
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think I'd done something at the time and was trying to make up for it. But as much as I wanted to give him the sweets, I still wanted some, you know. So I bought the one and pocketed the other.
Oh, no.
And just as soon as I paid the man, I turned around and saw me dad. Just staring at me.
Oh,
Is one of these birds going to
Did
go
he
through
know
the
what
engine
you'd
or
done?
something?
Or did you get away with it?
Well, that's the thing. He... Shit!
Oh my god!
Fuck. Yes.
Stanley!
Put your
Stanley,
seatbelt
look!
on!
And a
The
bird
left
split on the
engine's
screen.
fire.
No. Oh, Christ, this isn't good.
Stanley, what's happening?
We're going down, love, okay? I need you to hold on, get in the brake position.
No.
Leonor!
Stanley!
There she is.
The plane. Leno. Where?
Right. Getting into action already, yes. What? It was a scripted sequence in the galaxy. I had no reason I didn't die. Amazon Echo, I'm not totally sure what the Amazon Echo is, unfortunately. I think I know what it is. I just read it backwards just because... Can we go backwards?
The plane must not be too far.
Okay. Okay, go back. We got a ladder.
Stanley's trying to be brave, but I can say he's still in pain. I was able to secure flawless passports and a boat with a captain who doesn't ask questions. There are so many inlets on the western coast. We'll make landfall in complete secrecy. The entire world is open to us. The entire world except for Ireland, but I won't miss it for a second. We have a new life now. Together.
Yeah, so obviously something's happened back home in Ireland. They had to leave, right? Press escape or the start button to open the pause menu. Yeah, we just did that. Okay. See, we was going to crash anyway. Right? I had no control over that. Absolutely no control over that. It was not I doing? There's some strange rock formations. Is that another seat? That's a bit of a plane. Oh shit, up there. I don't know if it's a music, but I can kind of hear a phone ringing. There's a phone ringing somewhere, right? Maybe there's something in the plane. Maybe there's like a signal or something in the plane. Something like that is what it sounds. It sounds like a telephone.
Leonor, where are you, love? Up there. My plane.
Well, that rock there, from this angle, it looks like a face, doesn't it? It looks like you can see like the chin, the nose. It definitely looks like a face. Now, let me just make sure, is that working? Is my... Ah, okay. Making sure my screenshot app's working. Because it doesn't always work. But I got a feeling we'll be hitting that screenshot button a few times. That looks pretty dangerous, right?
Fuck! Jesus Christ!
What the fuck? Yeah, that's definitely a phone. It almost hit us in the face! Really good.
No. Leonor!
It was like a satellite phone or something.
Leonor?
Stanley?
Leonor, yes, it's Stanley.
Are you there?
I can hear you, love. I'm here.
You must have picked up. Christ, I hope you can hear me.
Fucking mobile's broken. She can't hear me.
I'm still in the plane. Or part of the plane. My leg gets trapped.
Oh, Christ.
I can't move. Stanley, I don't know where I am. But I can't see you, but there's smoke. There's black smoke. And see?
Lena. Black smoke. She's still alive.
Hello, Joshua.
Pull it together, Stanley. Do what needs to be done.
Let me take a picture of the plane. Nice. Nice. I like games like this that have absolutely no UI. You know what I mean? There's no UI elements. So if you want to take screenshots, this is a perfect game. You know, the lack of UI means you've got nothing in the way when you're taking shots. Hello, Gingy, and hello, Joshua. You like our accent? Ah, you like Irish accents? Let's just say Irish accents aren't so bad. JDG, I don't mind an Irish accent. I really don't. I definitely don't mind an Irish accent. Definitely better than Welsh. Better than Welsh. Better than Scottish. I like Irish accents. So, I'm guessing it's getting... Hang on. If this is... we haven't got any sort of survival shit to deal with as well, have we?
Steam.
Wait, what?
This is good. Got to stay warm.
You gotta stay warm, okay. What? Where? Oh, there's enough piece of plane. This bit's on fire. If we go over here, this should warm us up, right? Give me another letter. Another piece of journal or something.
The manifest. We should have landed hours ago. They'll have to know we're missing.
Okay.
Send out a search party. Please, God.
It's because you're not used to it. Yes, it can be. Yeah, it can be a really nice accent to listen to. Right, so this is a ship manifest. We came from the Amsterdam International destination Iceland, and we got some sealed boxes. We got a cold pack box and a sealed box. I wonder what we're carrying, right? So I guess as long as we run from point to point where there's fire off, these were steam jets, I think they said, right? There's another. Oh, there, quick.
So cold.
Over there as well, damn it, quick. Hope you can walk up here. No, before he turns into an icicle! Alright, made it. So this is obviously our supplies. I'm not sure which way we're supposed to be going. There's another one over here. We can also go around that way. I don't know which way we're meant to be going. I'm just running between the wreckage at the moment, looking for the letters, trying to figure out where we're going. There's another one. Okay.
I was afraid of this. I knew from the moment I saw Stanley clutching that tiny body in his arms that the nightmares would come back. They're worse than ever.
A what?
I can feel Stanley's heart breaking with every shuddering breath. I heard him say, "Don't go." Is he talking to me? I'll never leave him.
You like Kate's accent in Fallout 4, or wasn't that supposed to be Irish? Yes, Ellie. Yes. 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 Okay, so when I said, talking about the tiny body, do you think they had like they lost a child or something? Maybe? This is a guitar. I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Maybe they lost a child. Okay, there's a cave, okay. If there's a cave, then we probably got to go in. We've got to go in here. I'm going to go and look at the other side and see if there was see if there's anything around to the left. Just warm up, run to the next fire, and just see if there's anything around that bend to the right before we go into the cave. You never know what's in the sealed box, right? I mean, there's something a bit weird with these guys. I mean, the trailer did kind of indicate that you know, the woman said in the trailer to that no one must know we were here, kind of thing. Whatever the fuck that means. I'm trying to figure out which way is the way we're
There's
supposed
the
to go.
black smoke.
Okay.
Need to find a way to that peak.
I'm gonna try to figure out. Oh, in there. Okay. I'm trying to figure out which way we're meant to go, and whichever way we're meant to go, we'll go the other way.
Shelter.
It's gonna have a key. Looks like I had a keypad on the door. Right, a torch. Okay.
Thank God this torch still works.
Right, we've got a torch. That's not a good sign. That means we're gonna get dark stuff.
Molly and I were at Rory's pub when in walked Stanley Whittaker. I picked up my pint and walked over to meet him in the middle of the room. When he saw me coming, his eyes lit up with this big, beautiful, goofy smile. I threw him a drink in his face. Then I grabbed him by his collar and I told him to keep his big trap shut about my father. Stanley blinked away the bear and said he was only looking out for me because Mr. Fancy Shoes was just too good looking and that I should have a plain fella so everyone would notice the beautiful woman. He said I was luminous. Then he said people would also know that I'm brave. God knows why, but I laughed and I asked him, "Oh, why am I brave?" "Oh, you'd have to be," he said, "to be seen with a bloke like me." Well, the entire pub burst into laughter. And then Rory threw him a towel and Stanley caught it without taking his eyes off me. They were the bluest things I'd ever seen. The bastard. I can't wait to see him again.
So these letters are all from different times, like, so I'm guessing they're, maybe it's like a journal or something that his wife kept, that she kept. Maybe it's like a journal or something, right? Or a diary, and they're just letters in a journal or something like that. Right, okay, so, we got that door
All
over
right.
here. I might see if this door
Better get
opens.
moving.
I got a feeling it won't, right? Because it seems to have a keypad lock on it. Yeah, let's look over here. Why the fuck not?
Shite!
Oh, we
These
can't
little
go there.
fuckers didn't really sting.
This thing. Okay. We're gonna have a look and see if that door opens. If it does, we'll go and look in the cave. I got a feeling it won't open, and we gotta go in, and the cave is where we got to go. I just got that feeling, you know.
Hypothermia. Thanks for the warning.
It's locked. Okay.
Oh, it's
Of course.
locked.
Of
Shit.
course. Okay, the cave is where we gotta go then, right? Okay, let's go. Maybe once you get inside the cave, it'll kind of, you know, you'll be out of the wind and it won't be as cold, right? Oh, let me just have a. Okay, I'm just making sure there's nothing down there, in that little bit there, that like wreckage-wise, because I'm guessing everywhere there's wreckage like this, there potentially could be like a note for you to read. We gotta read the notes, especially seeing as they're all voiced. We gotta read them. Because every note we read that Leonor is speaking or narrating, JDJ will be happy because we get to hear more of her talking. Alright, so technically we're in a cave now, so we shouldn't see any wreckage in here, should we? Unless it's somewhere that she's been, and oh fuck. At least, I'm guessing no, because as you walked in the cave, it immediately turned the flashlight on. I can't turn it on and off, which means we probably haven't got to worry about things like batteries. Right, now that is definitely a man-made wall inside a cave. That is a little bit strange, right? To have a wall in a cave like that. A man-made wall in a cave.
Icy stone closes in around me. I'm overwhelmed by a fear that the last 30 years together was only a dream. That I'm still trapped, still locked away in the dark. As I cross this godforsaken island to find you, every agonizing step reminds me that the dream is over. But the pain reminds me that I'm still alive.
Can't get away.
And as long as I live,
Contact request.
Can't get away. EA.
Leonor, I will find you.
EA.
I will find
I
you.
will find you. And that was yeah. There's obviously a wall around that. There's an invisible wall, so you can't go that way. Which is, I guess that's not a bad thing, because games that are linear are pretty neat, but if there's too much choice of places to go, you end up missing stuff. Backtrack a lot. Make sure you don't miss any pieces of paper. You know, I like pieces of paper. Okay, so this looks like it's not curved. Oh, what is that? That's a camera. Why is there a camera? There's going to be some like underground bunker in here or something. It's got to be right. If there's a camera there.
Stunning. It's like a cathedral.
That does look pretty cool. I always like how the how the Unreal Engine kind of handles lighting. You know what I mean? The lighting through the gap in the top. I think it was loading a little bit there because there's a bit of a judder. Yeah, so basically, the plane split in half when it crashed. We were in the front half, Leonor was in the back, and we're trying to find where the back end of the aircraft was so that we can find her.
Looks like a way out. But I can't climb this ice.
Of course you can't, you're not Superman. You're not Superman! But luckily, Stanley, we got a different way we can go. Maybe we'll find something we can use to climb up the ice. Oh. Whoa. Oh, like, yes. Maybe we can find something
Poor bastard.
that we can use to climb up the ice. We got this lovely chap here who's yeah, he had a couple of problems, I think. I think he kind of fell and got himself a bit stuck.
At least I won't stay trapped in this cave.
Hello, Agent Fort. Agent Toot. That might have been a better name. Agent Toot. We should better climb up this hopefully now. Can we climb up this part here? Ah, okay. He's automatically climbing. I haven't got to worry about hitting buttons or a quick time. This is the sort of thing that some games would use as a quick time event. All you got to do is, as you push it forward, it automatically moves. Come on, mate. So we're heading towards the black smoke. Can we see the smoke? Up there is where we're heading to.
The black smoke. I'm getting closer.
So where did we come from? Where's...
Leonor.
Stanley, I can see the lockbox. It's empty. The crasher must have broke open. All the case files, all the information. My diary. You have to find him. You have to find everything. If anyone comes, Stanley. If anyone comes, they can't find out who we are.
Bollocks. All this time, we've been so careful.
Bollocks. There's a piece of paper down there. Yeah, so that bit there was from the trailer where she's saying like if they find us, they cannot find out who we are, kind of thing, which definitely makes you suspicious, right? Like, who are these people? What the hell is going on if they're if she wants to make sure that our identities are totally hidden and there's no evidence that we was even here? Yeah, maybe she's got good reason to be. We just don't really know, do we? We're coming over to the end. Uh-oh.
Oh, what now? My God. No.
Now, bollocks. Quick! To the gap! Shit. That was not good, was it? Let's go to this one. That's where we just came from, though. Quick. And now we're going to the same fucking gap! Oh my god! What a fucking idiot! We're gonna die! We ran back and ran into fell in the same gap we was in. That was shit, wasn't it? Alright. God damn it. Alright, let's go to that one. That's where we came from. Okay, let's go over here. Stand next to that to warm up.
Earthquakes now. This fucking island is trying to kill me.
So looking at this ice, it's like, which parts of this ice do you think are safe? Obviously, the white parts, the parts still covered in snow, should be safe. We're just got to look out for cracks, I guess, right?
Another bunker.
Another bunker, but this one's obviously a bit covered in
Shit.
ice.
I'll never break through that ice.
Yeah. Warning, hypothermia. Stage 1, shivering frostbite. Stage 2, confusing hallucinations. Stage 3, feeling of burning alive. Stage 4, death.
I can't stop thinking about the dream. We were flying in the plane, but I wasn't afraid. I was giddy with excitement because we were flying back to Ireland. Stanley dove the plane so fast I could feel my stomach floating, and we were laughing like we haven't laughed in ages. As we dipped out of the clouds and swooped in over the ocean, I could see the white cliffs and green hills. Stone walls and hedges divided the patchwork fields dotted with livestock. And our tray welcoming us home.
The tree.
Then I woke up in this hot, filthy room, dripping with sweat. Stanley's still sleeping. No nightmares, thank God. Maybe it's my turn.
So it says Stanley used my diary to unlock your path. Is that kind of some sort of hint? Maybe we unlock, as we get more diary pages, we unlock progress. And are all Irish people cussing all the time? I think, I don't think it's something specific to Irish people, but they do a lot. Some of them do a lot, yes. You can say the same about, people from Scotland, people like Londoners, people in some places, they swear a lot, yes. Now she doesn't. He does, right? Right, okay, so we're supposed to be trying to get to that smoke up there. Supposed to be. It's a matter of spotting where the next source of heat is and running to it before you die, right? There's another fire over there. There's a fire over there, there's a fire over there. Let's go to this one first. Just gotta watch not to fall in the...
Thin ice. I've got to be careful.
Quick! Fuck. Maybe this isn't the best place for me to come first. Okay.
Mother begged me not to go, but I assured her it was a peaceful rally. Molly wouldn't go with me, she was afraid the army would show up. So I dragged Stanley with me. I thought for sure he'd want to be there because his father was one of the speakers. Paddy Whitaker was an electrifying presence. People were cheering and clapping as he spoke about the end to the violence, a peaceful end to the troubles. He spoke with such conviction, I nearly wept. But when I looked over at Stanley, he was wearing fucking headphones and messing with his cassette player. He said he'd heard it all before. I couldn't believe it. He has no idea how lucky he is.
Right, so we've got another note here, and it says, like, for once, Stanley, listen to me, use these 5 numbers. We can only see 4. It looks like a what? Do you think that's like a 1280 is what I can see, right? 1280, but the 5th one is missing. But it does look like 1280 for the other 4, right? And let me just I'll write that down. Yeah, I mean, it could be a 7 as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking more of a 1 because the line is more vertical. But it could be a 7, I guess. I'm guessing we're gonna have another note that's gonna have the other part of that note to give us the other 2 digits. Another cave. And if this cave is where is how we gotta progress, I think. Oh, okay. Ah, this is a padlock. Okay, this is the number. So we gotta. This is a padlock to get in, right? And you need a 5-digit code to get in here. So we need
First the shelter. Now this lock. I've got to find a way through.
All right. So we got to find the other note with the other number. So So it might be that fire over in the distance there, and it might have the other part of it. That one over there is where we haven't been. So we'll try to get back into the middle over there. Shit! Fuck!
The summers in Munich are beautiful. The palazzas are full of tourists, so Stanley and I blend right in. But even in the sea of anonymous faces, we have to be careful. Today, I was sitting in the park with my lunch when this young man with a big fancy camera came up to me. He was handsome and stylish, a real artsy type, and he asked if he could take some photos of me. Obviously, I had to say no. But then he said something that caught me off guard. He said that my eyes were the saddest he'd ever seen. Of course they are, I said. I'm Irish. I left everything on the bench and disappeared into the crowd.
So 10 days since Stanley's last nightmare. The prayers are working. Alright, so... Shit. Over there. Let's go with this steam over here first. Alright, okay. Just make sure there's nothing further this way, isn't it? Nothing that way. Okay, so we're gonna... It's gotta be that one over there then. We've got this, over there. Okay. Shoot! 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 Fucking hell. Fucking hell!
Stanley took me to this lovely old tree on the cliffs
Fucking hell.
overlooking the sea. It was just the perfect spot. Then I saw there were notches carved into the trunk. I pointed them out to him and asked him how many other girls had he brought here. Stanley laughed and said when he was just a lad, he and his dad would come to the same spot for picnics, and Paddy would notch the tree to show how much Stanley had grown. I turned as red as a beetroot and muttered some kind of apology. When we sat down to eat lunch, I saw another notch at the base of the tree. When I asked him what that one was for, he winked and said, Margaret Kane.
Margaret Kane! Right, okay. Shoot! Shoot! This has got to be the one, right?
Another page from our journal.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like, I mean, we picked up about 4 here, but 2 of them, the ones with the fires were the ones that are important. There's 2 that we got from fires. This one here and the one by that door that are probably going to have the combination. You can see there, look, it's got there, look, 3-1. Got 312 at the beginning, so yeah, it was a 1, it was 31280.
Mother's crying in the next room. She says it's because she's happy, but I don't believe her. My father is getting out of prison. My friends protest the unlawful imprisonments, but I wish they'd kept Michael O'Shea locked up forever. Life in prison isn't long enough for him. It would kill my mother if she ever read this. What if Michael ever read it? Would it kill him? Or would he kill me? Well, the violence didn't stop when he was on the inside. But at least when I read about something terrible in the paper, I knew my father wasn't the cause. But now... God help us all.
So 31280 is the number. Yeah, I was just saying, we've got these environments here. So the ones that are kind of more central with the fire are the more main ones. We picked up a couple of other notes in places that didn't have fire, so those are probably like the secondary stuff you pick up, right? What I'm thinking about though, after hearing that message, obviously the message where she's talking about when she was younger, like in the 80s, and then that one about her dad who's just getting out of jail. Obviously in the 80s, of course, that's obviously when the, well, let's just say the IRA were very busy in the 80s. Yeah, a lot of violence. And there's probably something to do with that, I guess. I'm guessing he's probably part of the IRA or something like that, maybe. And that's what that's referring to. I would guess. It might not be, but... So we got 31280, so we're going to go and we'll get warmed up, and then we can get inside. We should hopefully once we get in that door, we won't have to worry about the heat as much, right? we shouldn't need to worry about the heat as much. 31280. So.
I don't believe it. Those numbers from the journal. This makes no sense.
Yeah, you're right, it doesn't make sense, because this journal was those journal pages are not new, so she must have known that, and I don't know about being inside is going to be better, seeing as inside is water, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that the character kind of acknowledged that, because I just kind of figured, I just took it for granted the game was just adding those notes into the diary to help us progress, but the character actually acknowledged it, like, this doesn't make sense, what are they doing there, you know what I mean? Because the only way they would know is if she knew that we were coming here. Right? Let's follow the pipe. It must be loading again, because there's a bit of lag.
Freezing. Oh. Still alive.
Still alive, outside again, god damn it! Hello, Eric. Now, this is like it's warm hot steam that's going to warm us up, but that definitely was not warm water. Alright. These birdies. I see there's some more fires to run to. It's eyeballing the fires in the distance, because that's what you got to run to before you freeze.
Got to get warm. Got to get warm. Oh, this valve. Maybe. That's good. Oh, thank God.
Okay. Woo! But in this sort of terrain, you know what, it's very hard to come... I mean, obviously we went into this thing and come out. It's very hard to kind of get an idea of where we came from, if you know what I mean, because it's... everything looks very similar, doesn't it, because of the, you know, because of how the scenery is set up.
I don't know what's wrong with that man. Stanley came into Rory's pub tonight, sweaty and out of breath. His eye was swollen, his lip was bleeding, and he looked as proud as a peacock. He and one of his no-good mates went messing into East Belfast to stir up trouble. Stanley had the brilliant idea to spray the Story Plough over a Unionist mural, but they got caught by some locals and they got into a scrap. Rory thought that was a gas and bought Stanley a pint. I told Stanley he was an idiot. What if he'd been caught by the guard or the UVF? They'd have bloody killed him. But he was just too proud of himself to listen.
How you doing, Eric? Alright, so we're pushing down. We came out from down that way, right? From down there, so we're pushing over here. So it looks like that big fire up there is the next one we're trying to head to. We're trying to get to the fire at the top of that mountain is where we're trying to head. So we're basically trying to walking towards this mountain, but looking at anywhere that could be wreckage for our plane, just to look for notes, stuff like that. There's another bunker one. Quick, get to the fire. Quick! Get to the fire! Stanley! Stanley! Whew. Whew. You idiot! Idiot. Yes, he is an idiot. Ah, that one's open. Okay, this is where we gotta go then, right?
Is this another bunker? How many are there?
actually opened the door on that one. Look at the steam inside that one now that we've turned that valve. I'm gonna have a look. We'll have a little look around down here to see if make sure there's nothing for us to pick up ladder-wise before we shift on. Because when we turn that valve, this thing here also started up, right? You gotta have a look around, right? You gotta have a look around. It might be kind of let us to collect. I don't think we can go much further down because this is probably about as far as we can go. Oh shit, there. Look, we would have missed this. We would have missed this. Hang on, quick.
Pipes. They must all be connected.
Pick it up before we
Face
die.
hurts from trying to smile all night. I can't blame Stanley. There's no way he could have known. He's not that cruel. He knew I was named after Beethoven's opera and just assumed that I'd be a fan. But it was my father who loved the opera. He'd blast those records into the night and stagger about with a half-empty bottle, waving it in time with the music. It was terrifying. But I loved Stanley. So I gripped his hand and smiled through the entire performance.
I think we got a problem here, right? Because when we come out of here, I am gonna die because I don't know where to run. Oh shit, this thing here we just opened. I'm guessing, hang on, so if we're pushing all the way around here and we've got more valves, maybe that bunker isn't somewhere we can go. And let me just look at the bunker again because I'm curious. It's probably something we can't go into because round there was obviously more, places for us to push. We've got to have a look, right? We've got to have a look. That's what I'm saying. With games like this, whereas especially story-heavy games where you pick up a lot of stuff, you pick up lots of notes and stuff like that. You got your main way you have to go to progress the story, and every other way could have something for you to pick up. And if you don't look, you might miss something. You know, miss something. You can help it. Maybe we can go in here now because it did start up the steam. So are we supposed to go in here or not? I don't know.
You've got to be kidding me. Everything's frozen. And I'm running out of time.
Okay, all it did is come down to the bottom. Okay, so... As I kind of wondered, it wasn't the way we had to go. So we're going to push over to that one. So kind of push in between each of these, following these pipes. Let's go to this one now. She is.
Stanley, are you there? Oh, it's so cold. I get so shivering. My leg is gone numb. At least it doesn't hurt anymore. Am I falling asleep? Oh, I thought I heard voices. I don't remember what time it is. I think it'll be dark soon.
I don't know.
I think I'll make it through the night.
We're coming, Eleanor.
Stanley, you've got to stay warm.
We're coming.
Oh, God.
Alright.
Hypothermia must be setting in.
I'm guessing this valve was probably going to turn this one off and turn that one on over there, right? That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to hit it and run. Yeah, okay. Which is another fire. Damn it, almost ran past it. What is that going to do? Oh, that one up there, okay. So I turn that one on rather than that one. Okay. That one's probably the way we gotta go. That's probably where we gotta progress because it's going towards the smoke. So we'll look up here first because there's probably, I don't know, maybe another note, another bit of wreckage. Then we'll have to run back down and put that throw that switch back the other way. Oh, looks like we got a door or. Ah, we
This
picked it
thing.
up.
Christ, I hope it's big enough to protect me.
It looked like a door right at the plane. Holy fuck! He's carrying a fucking door. Okay, we're gonna run back down there and flick the switch back. And there's the handle, man. He's holding the door of the plane. And now I'm gonna run over to that way. Rick! I kind of wonder, how is the door going to protect him? What's he going to do with it? Is he going to try to sleep and use it as like a blanket? Maybe? Right, that little fire on the right is where we're going to go first. Because the one on the left is probably where we need to go to progress the story. So we'll try to go to the one to the right first, because it looks like there's a fire with some wreckage. Anywhere you see fire, there's obviously going to be some wreckage of the plane, where potentially we have some story segments we can pick up, like here. Yeah.
Molly and I snuck out to a party tonight. It was in full swing by the time we got there, meaning all the boys were bollocksed. Well, not all.
Bollocks.
We weren't there long when this beautiful lad hands me a beer and said his name was Cullen. He was tall, with bright green eyes, and he wore neon-coloured runners. I asked him if it was his party. He shook his head and said that knew it was my party. Then he turned and waved his hand around like he was the great fucking Gatsby. And the first thing we saw was Stanley Whittaker throwing up in the kitchen sink. I laughed and said he could have his party back. Oh, we blathered for a while and we were really getting on when Stanley Whittaker stumbled over and asked Colin if he ever wore those shoes outside. And before I could tell him to fuck off, Stanley asked Colin if he knew I was the daughter of Michael O'Shea. I felt my legs go numb. Colin couldn't get away from me fast enough.
So I'm guessing Martin O'Shea is kind of a big thing back in in the 80s in Belfast. It is a heavy blanket, but I don't think it's big enough to cover you, to fully cover you, so I don't know what it's going to be used for. Maybe it's like to block an entrance or something, to stop you from, I don't know, stuff getting in? Holy
The
shit.
door.
Ah, okay.
It's working.
He's using it to stop the shit
Kiss my
landing on your ass.
fucking island.
He's using it as a shield from the ice. And this being thrown down at him. Okay, it wasn't a blanket. We was wrong. But the good thing here is this
The black
plant,
smoke.
he's not getting cold.
Nearly there.
She's not going to be there, is she? I mean, she's already left the plane. We know she's left because the last time she called us, she said she got somewhere, didn't she?
Oh no! Oh Christ! What now? Oh fuck! Help! Help me!
The fuck? What?
No! No! I was right there. What do you want from me? Tell me what you want from me.
I was right there.
Pull it together, Stanley. The sooner you find Leonore, the sooner you can get her off this fucking island. Just find her.
Well, Yeah, yeah, we can't see shit anymore. That was rather inconvenient. I was kind of expecting to get there and then her not to be there and us to have to find where she went. I didn't quite expect the mountain to fall and collapse on us. We lost that door though, man. We lost that door. This is going to make it harder to spot stuff in the distance, right?
I will not be a prisoner's wife. I will not become like those other empty wives, like my mother. I will not be looked after or taken care of, isolated. There is no light without him. He is my heart, and I cannot live without my heart. I'll do whatever it takes to get him out. I will not be a prisoner's wife.
So do you reckon she's do you reckon they broke out of jail and took this plane to get away, and that's why she's saying they can't find out who we are because they're like criminals? He broke out of prison maybe? Alright, okay, so when we look around, I guess you can just see some flames in the distance. I guess that's where we're going, right? We just see some flames just down here a little bit. We're kind of walking from flame to flame, right?
I don't know what's going on with Stanley. I'm afraid he's gone mad. Tonight I was waiting for him at Rory's pub. Rory was complaining about his fucking hand again. When Stanley finally showed up, he looked white as a ghost. He grabbed my elbow and said we had to go. I'd been there a while, so I was in no mood to be handled. I told him to sit down while I finished my pint. But he snatched it from my hand and smashed it on the floor. Rory started shouting bloody murder, and that's when Stanley went for him. He threw himself at Rory, clutching for his throat. Rory was so shocked he slipped and fell to the floor. It took all my strength to pull Stanley off and drag him toward the front door. Rory stayed behind the bar, cursing all the Whittakers.
Okay, I wonder what prompted that, right? We can go that way. Let me just warm up again first. I guess we're going this way. I don't know. Is there anything up here? No. Is I trying to? We're just walking through fog, trying to find an exit, right?
I'm lost.
You're right. I'm
Lena,
fucking lost.
Please call. Let me
quick.
hear your voice.
Yeah, we can't see fire where we came from. But I can see another one just over there. Oh, there's a couple of you. Okay. There's another bunker.
Shit! Frozen shut.
Frozen shut, but there is a thing here.
Of course. Missing the fucking handle.
Right, so we've got to get the handle for this, which might open. It's probably going to burst some steam out, which may melt this, I guess. It'll burst some steam out from here that might melt the door. We just got to find the handle for the. You're looking for a handle in this sort of. Jeez. Is that a rock? Or is that a skeleton of something? It is, isn't it? Holy shit. Not quite sure would it be a skeleton. Wait, what? The fuck? What the fuck has happened here? Holy shit. Look at that, look at that big one over there. What the hell?
So many funerals today. I was with Stanley at his father's funeral. There was quite a crowd of people. I told Stanley his father would be proud of the turnout, but he said Paddy would just want to make a speech. The police were watching the crowd, but they didn't bother anyone. They were hidden, but I spotted them straight away. I had to help Stanley write the eulogy for Paddy, but when it came time to read it, he couldn't speak. He gripped the sides of the lectern so hard I feared it would splinter in his hands. Finally, Stanley said Paddy was the speechmaker, but he wasn't enough like his father to do him justice. He just folded up the speech and left in silence.
All dead. Everywhere.
You think? So? There's smoke over there.
I wonder why I keep these damn journals. There are so many things I wish I could
Hello,
forget.
Ramblers.
Today at the school site, my senses were filled with the buzzing of insects and the smell of the jungle. But then, all at once, I thought I was back in Belfast. The air rocked with a heavy thud of a bomb exploding. Stanley took off in a dead run towards the sound. A cow had set off an old landmine, and there was a man at the edge of the field shouting for everyone to stay back. But Stanley, he charged past him, splashing into the mud. I wanted to stop him. My voice froze in my throat when I saw Stanley lift the tiny body out of the grass. The boy's name was Udom. He had been walking with the cow. Udom's father collapsed as Stanley gently passed the boy to him. Udom's father kept apologising over and over for not protecting him from the evils brought to this village.
I see dead critters. Okay, so there's nothing else further over this way that I can see. Can't walk any further over that way.
Ah! Fucking jellyfish!
Yeah, fucking jellyfish, man. You can see them not. Fucking jellyfish. I don't remember what way it was to go back where we came from. Which kind of sucks, right? I think it was down... It was up here. This is where we came from, that way, right? This is where we came from. Okay, so there was nothing else down there. Is that what's up? Check what it looks like. Can we get up here? No. Where's your fucking handle? It's got to be around there, right? I mean, it has to be around there because it isn't. Unless you got to backtrack back there into the darkness. I mean, this one doesn't have a handle on it. It's not. You can't take the handle off of this one because it doesn't have a bar on it. How are you doing, Ross? If he's actually really Irish, they would have formed a band. That's cool. It's definitely not here, isn't it? No, this looks like the wing of the plane. I'm hoping that when we see this, when we actually walk up to this thing, I'm actually going to see it and reckon it, and actually it's going to highlight us something so we can actually see it in the fog of the snow or the mist. I wonder if it would be buried in these bodies, right? Because that would. I mean, it might be, but I wouldn't have thought so. It's got to be back then. We've got to backtrack then. Because you can't really see very far, can you? What have you? No, okay. Go. Let's go back. So we're gonna find a handle to put in here. I mean, it could be something that we walked past, but because we didn't need it, it didn't highlight, or we didn't know it was there, kind of thing. See, it could be just buried in the snow somewhere out here, and if it is, you're never gonna find it, are you? Right, warm up. Surely you wouldn't have to backtrack all the way back. That's where we came in the area. That's where we came out of the cave, I should say. So we came out of the cave over there, and you can't obviously climb back into the cave. Because we dropped down here. You can't go back where we came from. I don't know where it is. I don't know where this fucking thing is. Because this area is pretty small. I mean, this is where we started when we came in. Down that way is where we gotta go. Following this ridge here is where we go back to where we came from, where the switch is. So it's just there's a big open area here with a couple of fires, and that's it. I was seeing if we could go back to the previous area where it had a handle that we used, a similar one, and you could use, like, break it off or take it with you kind of thing, but it doesn't look like it. And if it's going to be something like this, just a piece of rubble on the floor like that, holy shit. We're going to have some troubles just even seeing it, let alone picking it up. Because yeah, this is back where we came in, so it's not, this area is definitely not very big. If it wasn't for like the snow and we could actually see, it would probably take us less than, you could probably see the other side very quickly, right? Oh, I guess we go back. There's nothing I can see out here. There's nothing I can see over there. So where the would it be? It's got to really be in this area here, and I'm just not seeing it. If you remember the letters, when you kind of come up to something you can interact with, it kind of has a outline around it, so you can actually spot it. So if it's something that appears in front of us that we can look at, that we kind of, that we look at, it should highlight. Oh my god.
Stay alive.
You fucking serious? We walked past this about 5 times.
I'll take that.
Oh my god. We bodied it up. We definitely bodied it up.